Hello. Today, first of all, welcome to episode 5 of my offlane series. Today I'm going to be talking about one specific item, but I think it's a very powerful item and one that's quite misunderstood. And it's very important that you use this item well, especially playing in the offlane. Now, you might be thinking, what is it? Is it Blink Dagger? Is it fucking MKB, Divine Rapier, Assault Cuirass? It's actually a 90 gold item. It's the Humble TP Scroll. Now, the first thing I'll say about the TP scroll is that this is probably the most misused item in the whole of Dota. If you use TP scrolls well, you're gonna find that your games are gonna be a lot easier. If you use TP scrolls badly, your games are gonna be shit. The first thing about TPs is that they have an 80-second cooldown. Now, Mars Arena has a 90-second cooldown at level 1. That means that the TP scroll, you have to treat it like an ultimate ability. Um, a lot of things I see in low MMR, people just TP around the map randomly, they die, they TP back to lane, things like that, right? You have to treat it like an ultimate. Would you use Arena of Blood for some to make your life a little bit more convenient? Like if you're just farming this camp, you wouldn't just press Arena of Blood to do a little bit more damage. It's the same with TP scroll. So in this example that I'm going to show, um, I'm playing Mars in the off lane, right? I've had a decent lane against Juggernaut. You see, I'm leading by maybe 10 lasters or something. I'm a little bit ahead on XP. Um, right now, I have one main concern, which is that Viper is going to kill my DK. Now, the reason for that concern is that Viper, once he gets a lot of levels, he can break DK's passive and he can do a lot of damage to him, essentially. So I'm making sure that I'm keeping myself relatively healthy. As you know, Mars has some mana problems, so I'm keeping some mangoes in case I need to pop one just to, because if you TP, it costs 75 mana, right? You're gonna have to need mana for the rest of your spells. The other concern I have is that when Void Spirit gets level 6, he's gonna be diving my PA potentially. So it's very important that I'm watching the map currently and making sure that I'm ready. A lot of people, they leave themselves way too low health, way too low mana. They can't help their teammates on the offlane. So let me just go back 10 seconds. At this current moment, I'm just last hitting, right? But look at my player perspective. I'm actually watching mid because I see that there's a lot of things on the minimap right now. So I TP in, right? They're going on my DK at the moment with a lot of heroes. I TP in, I'm on full mana, I'm on full health, and I'm ready to fight. Instantly, I put down the arena, I put down the spear onto Viper, I save my DK's life, I kill the enemy mid hero, and now their rotation is completely pointless, right? We might even get more kills here. I even get an Omni kill, and now I'm pressuring the Void off my Phoenix. From this play, we do a little bit of chip damage to the mid tower, we make more enemies rotate in, right? And then I just run to mid, and I take a rune, I think, or I contest it, and now we kill Void as well. So you can see that being aware and having a TP ready is like very, very important, especially in these lanes which like to dive people. Now, another case is, right now, some people will make the argument that I should just TP bot and farm this lane. However, what I will say is that because my Phoenix is already in this lane, and since I have phase boots, it's going to take me like 15 seconds to run over in any case, and in this case, I'd rather my Phoenix gets farm. I can just sit mid, I can help my DK pressure the tower. The other thing is, I wouldn't use TP after minute 6, pretty much in any game if you're playing offlane, unless there's like a triple wave at your tower and you have to farm it immediately, or the tower's going to die or something. It's so important that you have your TP ready. Here's another example. I make a very weird play. You can just call it a bad play, I suppose. Um, I use my arena on Omni Knight. I miss the spear afterwards, and now I'm forced to TP out. But because I have a TP, you can see that I end up not dying. My DK does because I kind of fuck up, but you can see that I end up living. So TP very powerful against these sort of teams with not many stuns. If you can keep it, you can save yourself, right, essentially, from bad situations. In this case, you see, even if I had TP, I would run bot, and I blink, and I phase boost the whole way. You can just see how little I TP in general, unless it's to stop it like a counter move, right? See, right now, I'm just farming. Instead of TPing mid to join my team, I'm just going to run mid with my phase boost, so I have a TP ready in case of something else happening. I see that not much is happening, so I run back bot. Always try to run. Never TP when running is an option. See, right now, their Mirana TPs, I'm calling it out to my team. I'm saying that they're TPing Viper bot, they're TPing Mirana bot, they're 5-man bot, essentially. And I've told my team that they're 5 bot, and now we can play like on the rest of the map. If you are constantly using your TP as the offlaner, the enemy team will call you out, and they'll just play on the opposite side of the map to you. What happens next is a very dogshit play, I believe. I just blink in and I do this, and my Phoenix doesn't press ult. But you can see that because no one's TPing, because everyone's just running to lanes, this could have been a really good play, right? We could have TP people in, we could have got the Will-O-Wisp. In this case, lack of coordination, however you want to call it. One final example, right? I die. Instead of TPing to this bot lane where there's farm, I see my Phoenix is already farming it. Instead, I like to run to where I think the next action is going to be. So in this case, I assume it's mid. And now I'm ready mid. And um, I didn't miss any last hits, right? I still have my TP ready in case I have to TP bot to help my Phoenix or something. And I'm in the right area of the map. So essentially, try not to use your TP unless it's absolutely necessary. Try to walk to places whenever possible, especially if you have phase boots or some sort of mobility spell. Um, I highly recommend it, essentially. Um, so here's another example of kind of a similar thing. Um, in this game, I'm playing Sand King, which is not a very uncommon thing. You can see I have like 2,500 Sand King games. A little flex, by the way. Um, so in this case, let's see. So right now, I again have a very good lane. Um, I'm playing against Faces Void. I completely dumped him in this lane, if I remember correctly. Let's just see. But once I have a good lane, I know that there's a very good chance that the enemy team are going to be wanting to win the other lanes, right? So I know that my Huskar is someone that they can gank very easily. See, whenever something happens, I look mid. I see that Lina's really TPing, so I don't want to TP because it's going to be a 4-second TP anyway, so it's not useful. But try to have a little bit of map awareness and be ready. So I think for the next part, not much really happens. I'm just farming. We go on Faces Void again. We kill Faces Void again. He gets really mad. He buybacks. We run at Snapfire. And now we're just farming again. Here, I have a quick check of the bot lane, right? So I have a quick look. I have my TP ready. I have Veil of Discord. I see the Void is now in this lane. I have a Slardar carry in this case. I know that we can probably kill him. So I run in. Veil. W. In this case, he manages to escape. But now we can swap the Slardar to the top lane and I can continue to fuck with the Void. And this is all because I'm not using my TP for random reasons, right? Like, even if I died, I would have had my TP ready. Even if I had to go somewhere. So in this case, you can see, because I don't have a TP, I can't join this mid fight, which in this case is fine. But people generally play a lot more aggressive when they see the offlaner TPs. So again, I'm just farming, yada yada yada. But you can see that even when I'm farming, I'm looking mid constantly. See, I see some action mid, so now I'm going to TP in. I Veil. In this case, I can't get the stun off, but I think I continue to chase, and in this case, I don't actually end up doing anything, but I'm here ready now to set up for the mid push or the mid defense or whatever it is. And now we get another kill on the clockwork. Faces Void, I mean. See, I look bot, and now I TP in, and now we're killing Void. So always try to conserve your TP. Make sure that you're always buying more TPs. Hopefully on this courier is more TP scrolls since I've run out. I assume it is. Oh no, I bought it before I was just getting my neutral items out. But I think in the next little bit, see, I just buy 2 more TPs, and now I'm ready to play. One final example of when TP scrolls are going to be very powerful is in this game. I play Tide, and I play against Ursa Trient, which is a lane without any stuns until level 6, I suppose. And if I remember correctly, during one of these big sort of moments, I die, right? Sorry, I don't die. Let me go back a little bit more. So, I think I died in the past, and I walked back to lane, so I have my TP ready, and They try to make another go on me. They use all their spells. I see that this looks like a very miserable situation. I'm just going to TP out and it saves my life. And now I can run back to lane and the equilibrium is very bad for them, right? The lane's pushing in and I get to play at the tower on full health, full mana, and I get all the creeps and XP. So the only thing I would say, the only time it's good to TP back is if you're in the very early game and you kill their support and or their carry and you have to TP home, then I would recommend you just TP back if their core or their support is dead. If they're both alive, literally I would recommend you just play really aggressive until you die. Like try and burn their regen. Like literally just go suicide on them. Having to walk base and back, you lose the lane anyway. It's better to just die and burn a little bit with their regen and come back faster. Even if you feed 150 gold, it doesn't really matter. 150 gold is a wave of farm. If you let them just free farm 2 waves, that's 300 gold. It's better to die in that case. Usually, I would recommend walking back to base and TPing back because things can happen during your walk back. In the very early game, it's better to TP back to base because then you put it on cooldown earlier. If you TP back and you walk, by the time it's here, it's like 60-second cooldown. If you walk back and TP, when you're here, it's 80-second cooldown. But generally, I would walk back. The other good part about TPing back is that if you have boots in your stash, you can walk back a little bit faster, right? But you can also deliver those items on the courier when you're walking back. So generally, walk back. Sometimes you can TP back in the early game. Um, the other thing about TP scrolls is that I recommend that when you TP, you try to make sure that the trees aren't cut or things like that. A lot of people, when they see this tower, they'll cut these trees. You can still TP into these trees over here. Just make sure that you click precisely exactly where you want to TP to. I see a lot of people, they just TP on the minimap, they just TP into the middle of 5 heroes and they die. You want to TP always like safely into the trees, right? Unless you're chasing kills. Um, the other thing is make sure that you don't TP like 4 different people to the same place, and your TP is going to be like 8 seconds or something. It's kind of a waste in that case. So I think that's pretty much everything I had to say about the TP scroll. Just make sure you always have it up unless it's necessary, and try to walk to places. And always remember that you have the option to TP out during these kind of engages.